So you're reviewing your estimate, you're in our client portals, you're navigating of what to do, what's here, what's not here. I'm here to help you guide you through this process and make sure you don't miss anything. That way you're all good to make a decision. So you've either already met with myself or Jack. We've ran through, we've asked a lot of questions. And yes, I know what we do, but we care. We want to make sure we know exactly what we're painting, what you're expecting, and what we're not painting. That way it's seamless from when we write this up to when the guys are on site taking care of the project. So kind of already touched base on that on step one in our general project expectations. Number two, prep is the job. Look, prep is the foundation of a great paint job, inside or outside. You know, we care about if we're covering your furniture. We care about covering your floors, your light fixtures, nail pops, spackle marks that need to be sanded, primed. All these little things add up into giving you a flawless paint job once the paint is applied. So yeah, we're a little bit more expensive, but we're covering these imperfections. We're reseaming the tape lines in the corners or in your ceilings. So when you're looking at the price, understand it's more than just throwing paint on a wall. We're giving you that smooth wall surface to give you that flawless finish, because you might just throw paint on a wall now, but if the prep work isn't there, you're going to be repainting that wall in 5 years. So you pay a little bit more up front, but then you get the longevity out of the paint, and then you get that 10, 15, 20-year paint job that really lasts for a long time. So make sure when you're getting other estimates, not only just for us, are they including these little details? Are they asking you the questions? Are they pointing the areas out that you might have missed? These are all little things that add up to a big problem. So setting that expectation up front is important. Number three, choosing materials. I'm sure you all know Ben Moore, you know Sherwin-Williams. Those are our go-to guys. We have great relationships with them, and they have quality products. Now, we know certain times we might have to order something special, but majority of our projects were covered underneath their warranties for their materials, and we love working with them. They're great groups of people that we work with in our area. And speaking of great groups, our crews. We care about who we have on team. I take a lot of time and invest a lot in myself to deliver the expectation that I set for our company to make sure it lives in our employees. Not only for at work though, but for outside of work. I want to make sure they're great guys, they're energized, they want to show up, they want to do a good job for you, because then it makes a project fun. You enjoy having them around. They're not smelling like cigarettes on a job site or doing what they're not supposed to be doing. They work hard. And, we have a great group of guys, and we're continuing to grow. And I think you'll really like them as well. Realistic timelines. We know sometimes things go off, but we also don't want to speed up the quality. We want to make sure we're doing things right on the front end. So there's always that expectation that sometimes it might happen, but no, we're not going to cut the corners. Accountability. I hold myself as the owner to everything I just said here. Accountability is one of our core values here at Pocono Pros for our employees and myself, and the standard we set. So we've talked enough about, the notes and the expectations, but let's go into what you're actually seeing here. You have your living room, your kitchen, your dining room. You have all the rooms broken down. Now, this is an example of an interior project, but you know exactly what you're paying for. You know you're getting your ceilings done. You know you're getting your walls done. You know you're getting your trim done. 2 coats, the material sides, the labor sides, and the totals. Some people like to know what exactly they're paying for, and we don't just shoot out a number and not back it up. We show you exactly what room costs what surface, what substrate costs what. That way you can see it. You can have a peace of mind knowing that we're not just spitting out a number, and the number is justified by the scope of work that you gave us. It's a great tool, a resource to really give you a breakdown if you need to cut some things out. Hey, maybe I don't need the guest bedroom done. Well, we could slice that out for you, make your project in your budget. We want to help you. We want to work with you. So we try to give as many tools and resources as possible to make your decision, an accurate one. We want you to be happy. So totals. So this job, $6,400, deposit required, 25% upon signing on all of our projects, and then another 25% on the first day. So we collected 50% when we start. That way all our materials, our labors are covered on our front end, but I will not physically ask you for a final payment until I see a full smile on your face. I want to make sure you're happy. You did a good job. You're going to call us back. So don't worry about that until you see the project for yourself. Also, another thing, we partner with Acorn Finance. So if you're getting a $15,000 paint project and you don't want to pay that out of pocket, no hard credit checks. You could check this out. It's completely free. You can see what you could pay for, and it might help you out in the long run. They have great interest rates, APRs, but again, kind of depends on your criteria. I'm no financial advisor, but from what I've heard from customers in the past, they're a great group of guys to work with over there at Acorns. Another big project, insurances. Look, if you go with me or my company, whether you want to work with us or not, make sure everyone else has this. This covers not only them, but you as well, your home. If someone falls off a ladder, their guys are covered. The job's going to get done. Someone breaks a window, they're not leaving, never coming back, and they can get that paid for you. So really double check, make sure they're giving you copies of this. And right here, we have our Pocono Promise. It's basically an in-house warranty. Whether the products we use, the workmanship, labor we cover, inside, outside. Our exterior is 1 year just due to our climate. But it usually holds up for after 1 year. So, and then you have your interior painting for 2 years. Print that out, keep that for yourself. You might forget about it, but it's always good to have that. Here we might have project photos for your project just to give it a seamless transition from the workers so they kind of have an idea what they're working on. Here's the terms and conditions. There's a lot in here, but it's just basically to protect you and us as a company. But let's shift over to our left side of the screen. You can check your proposals, check your invoices, request another appointment, opt out of spam. Look, I don't spam, but some people just turn it off. I get it. I usually do an email once every 3 months just to kind of keep our customers in the loop. You can check out our website here. This is probably the biggest key factor here, our reviews. Look, do your homework. I understand that. Understand what customers have experienced with us in the past. We have over 50 reviews in there from previous clients on their experience working with us. So please take a look at that. It prompts you right to it. And then here's also printable copies of all the insurances I talked to you about earlier. Now, lastly, follow us. Give us a like on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram. I'm getting more comfortable with social media. I'm trying to do some creative things, bring some value to you guys. So I can't do that without your support. So give me a thumbs up on those platforms. That way I can keep doing what I'm doing there. But that's pretty much it. You like what you see, you want to work with us, great, happy to help. The green button at the top pays the deposit, gets you approved. Once it's approved, myself will reach out to you personally, talk about scheduling, expectations, color consultations if you need it. I don't know if you guys were aware, we do have in-house color consultations completely, at your service if needed. We'll hook you up with that if you're not sure on colors. Catherine's great. She's great to our team, and we have her there if you need her. So anything else, give us a holler. But I know this was long, but we want to make sure you understand everything and you can make the decision from everything you see here on this screen. Have a great day. Any questions, give us a call on our company line. You have it right here at the top. Thanks.